Hey, what's going on, everyone? It is the first official The Real Nerds podcast. I'm here. It's the Captain JJ. We're excited to be here. We got a full house today. Who is here? Who's starting to my left? Who are you, sir?
What's up? This is Jace. Ooh. It's kind of unexpected, but I'm happy to be here.
We forced him to be here, folks. But it's because we wanted the first one to be special, so we brought in someone special. We forced him in. Not more special than a forced conversation.
It doesn't come naturally, but either way.
It's all right. Who are you?
Well, we got me, the main event 412, popping in here as well, part of this gang, this crew.
This is a long time coming. Huh?
Long time coming. And you got me, your boy, Tex 27. How you doing?
Tex 27. Should we call you Tex 27?
I mean, I know some people got gripe with it, but you can go with just Tex. That's fine. We'll keep it simple.
Okay, first things first, we're excited that you guys are here. Thanks for stopping by. We appreciate you guys for checking us out. This is the first official podcast. We're holding it down. And this is going to be the best place to be. You want to be locked here for everything. Anime, movies, comics, games. It doesn't really matter what. Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. Okay, of course. That'll be coming later. But we are talking about so many things. And we just want to be just a group of guys that are just hanging out, just talking about some real stuff, having some fun. And you guys have to hit the like button, follow button, subscribe button, and join us as we have fun on this journey. And this is an official journey. We're excited to be here. So, first thing we got to talk about, guys, we just watched the first 2 episods of what?
One Piece.
One Piece. So now the 3 of us actually know about One Piece, but what was great is the guy that we forced to be here, Jace. We brought him. We literally forced him. We tied him to a chair, just like every true good One Piece fan should do. If you're a true One Piece fan, put down in the comments. Let us know how you force someone to watch the anime. But we actually forced someone to watch the Netflix series. We're like, bro, you gotta watch this. He didn't even know what he was signing up for. But no, we watched the first 2 episodes, and we just figured we would talk about it real quick, get our opinions, get our thoughts, and just kind of see what we thought about it as a whole. So who wants to start off here?
I'm going to start off with saying it exceeded my expectations completely.
Yeah, listen,
very, very good.
Bro, I was saying from the jump, and I'm going to sound like, so I am a One Piece, I'm the One Piece guy. I got a One Piece tag, I got a One Piece banner in the house. It's just how it is, right? It's a problem, you know what I mean? But it's a good problem to have. But when it comes to One Piece, I was like, I don't want to be just a complete fanboy and just be blinded, but I knew it was something special. Now, already with 2 episodes that we saw, I knew this is going to continue on to be something special. Honestly, I'm expecting really great things, and it did not disappoint, especially from the first 2 episodes. There's a few things that I can nitpick for, which we'll get into a little bit later, but no, honestly, I was very satisfied with it. Very satisfied.
Yeah. It was really great. One of the best parts about it is, so I actually took the time to watch the first 4 episodes.
What a nerd.
Been so long since I've seen it. I'm current in the anime and in the manga. I took it that seriously because the show is really that freaking good.
Yeah.
So I went back, watched the first 4 episodes just so I could see how would they do some of the flashbacks, how they would do some of the, we see Luffy here, we see Nami there, all of that sort of things. And they did such a good job at giving us moments where we would typically see a blink and you miss it moment. And if you're the learned watcher, shoot, there was things that I missed that JJ caught that they did. My bad, no disrespect. The Captain JJ saw that, whenever you're watching the anime, you look back and go, oh my goodness, that was there from the beginning. Yeah. And they gave us that in the show very early on. And to someone new not seeing it at all, you're just sitting there why are they getting excited? We're just getting setup shots here.
Yeah, there was a lot of moments where I'm sure Jace probably looked over at us what the heck? I can see they're excited, but what was your take on it, Jace, of everything that was kind of popping off? Again, being literally just fresh. Okay, I don't know too much about it, but
yeah. So I haven't watched 2 episodes of 1,200 something.
Yeah, there's a billion and one, one and counting. Yeah.
I know about it. I know the characters and I know the hype around it, so I understood the excitement.
Yeah.
But coming into it brand new, the show was fire, man. I mean, you jumping up and down, getting excited. I thought it was unbelievable. It got me excited to watch the anime. Ready just to go in. Not fake it and, start one and then quit, but, stay committed.
There it is, folks. The brainwashing is working.
Man, I'm in it. I'm all on board.
What about you, main event? I want to hear your thoughts.
The way they designed the characters, I was really impressed with. I like the way that people really almost fit the character they were aiming for from the anime. I'm only about 530 episodes in, so
you just started.
I'm still an infant in the One Piece verse, but I definitely enjoyed everything that we saw. I love the fact that Luffy actually seemed a little bit goofy in some of his scenes, which is dope because Luffy, he's not the smartest guy. He's battle smart, but in serious situations he does goofy things. But I think all around it gets me excited to see like all the adventures they go on. You know what I mean? To see certain enemies they're going to fight, certain circumstances they're going to face, and just see how they're going to animate it with this live action show.
Right. There's so many aspects of it, and that really stood out. And I really want to talk about some things like the pacing and stuff like that. But first, I gotta freaking talk about the fact that this. Like, the cinematography was on point. Like, Netflix did their freaking thing.
I was gonna say, this got me excited for Netflix's the Avatar last
Oh, yeah, they were doing Avatar.
They're doing that?
Yeah, they're doing a TV show.
That's going to be crazy.
They're doing a TV show, which, I mean, the M. Night Shyamalan Lakem, whatever that is, that was, we need to get that out of our heads. He disrespected us by making that movie. That was disrespect.
I've never watched that movie.
You're a good man.
Because I was going to, and I heard such terrible things about it, and I was like, nah.
You watched the series, right?
Yeah, the series. Yeah, the series. Yeah. I even watched The Legend of Korra, really. She was dope, too.
That was really good. But I will say, cinematography on point. The angles, even the acting, like, there's like some cheesy moments, but the cheesy moments, literally, it works because when you're capturing something from page to screen or anime to screen real life, it's tough to kind of to adapt those things, but I feel like it just felt like literally a movie. Like, I know I was talking to my wife about this. She's like, wait, is it a movie or is it a TV show? And same thing with some of the other friends, like, wait, I don't know anything about is this a movie or a TV show? Because the way it looks like it's a movie.
It looks like a movie.
And the quality is movie caliber. One thing I was afraid of, they did a really interesting job on the trailers where they showed a lot of different clips and stuff like that, but it looked like everything was on a set. Like, it looked like it was in an enclosed bubble. Now, I did not feel that when I was watching this. And the trailers, they made that feel like, it felt like there is a world. There were scenes where clearly they weren't on a set, like they weren't actually on the East Blue or whatever the case is. But I feel like they did a really good job at actually showing the world, except for a few scenes, and this is not a spoiler, but there's a few scenes when they're doing a flashback with Shanks, and it's like everything's happening at the bar. It's like this hut bar that you see like in the middle of Mexico somewhere, and it's like, okay, like they're just getting drinks off to the side somewhere, but everything took place in that flashback, in that one place. And I was like, okay, it could have branched out into some other things, but I really thought that was a really good standout.
I got a question for everybody. Who was your favorite character that we've seen in these two episodes? Like, who were you most impressed with?
I gotta say, it's Naki.
Naki, yeah.
He plays Luffy, for those who don't know, and he does such a good job at presenting the belief beyond belief and sure of himself that is Luffy. He has that childlike wonderment and just the joy in his eyes, if y'all know what I mean.
I was saying that.
And there's no, we can do this, we can't. And anybody can take words from a page and say it. But just the selling and the conviction of it, just as a child would say, let's go play. Oh, you don't want to do that?
Yeah.
Just like what we saw in the anime. That was just so pleasing to see live action.
Yeah.
I think I have to say it's either your boy Zoro or Buggy the Menace. Buggy the Clown. Oh my God, the way they designed Buggy was so clean. I honestly, in the anime, I'm not too impressed with Buggy. I ain't gonna lie to you. You know what I mean? He's just kind of one of those characters that's like, all right, whatever. You're kind of in the way right now. Get out of the way. But this. Wait till if you guys haven't seen it, man, you're gonna like Buggy a lot. But Zoro, he's it's hard to not like Zoro in any setting, whether it's anime, live action.
A very different take, and of course, that's all I'm gonna say. They took some creative liberties on certain characters, but Buggy in particular, they did some different things. At the root of it, I believe he's still Buggy. Absolutely, there was just some creative liberties that made him stand out. That if people say, okay, Buggy's my favorite, you have some.
And it worked because if you go, and we were even talking about this before we saw any of it, just in the trailer of what we saw of Buggy, and we're like, oh wait, this feels different. His motivation's the same, all of that. But whenever you see Buggy and everything that he does in the first episode, you're like, second episode, you're like, oh. This man's a menace. I was looking at him this is the best Joker I've ever seen.
Honestly, literally.
Yeah, seriously.
But so you see him do all of these things, just the menacing and just he's real on everything, and then out of nowhere you're like, oh wait, this in some ways is better, and also is going to set up something that could be a motivation for the live action further down the road. Right. And I won't say anything because I don't like spoilers. So I'll respect y'all.
Yeah, Jace, what do you think? What was your
I gotta agree. I like Luffy a lot, man. He reminded me a lot of, one of my favorite characters, Naruto, and
he dropped the Naruto bomb.
We love it. We love it. We love it.
Naruto was, headset on becoming Hokage, just like Luffy's headset on becoming, King of the Pirates.
Yeah.
The actor did a great job. I loved it.
It translated really well.
Yeah.
I would probably have to say my favorite character, hands down, had to be either Frankie or Doflamingo. No, I'm just playing. I mean, seriously, that's not a spoiler for people listening. But no, honestly, I would have to say, I'm going to sound cliche, but yeah, Naki, Luffy did such a great job. And kind of what Tex was saying was that when you're watching some of these, I watched a lot of the videos that they were doing leading up to it, where Naki actually got to meet Oda Senpai Sama. He got to meet Oda, the creator of One Piece, and that's a big deal in general because there's not a lot of footage or material with him out there in the world as a whole. But in that one, a lot of you guys saw that. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. In that scene, it got very emotional for him, and then people watching it, you felt emotional. You check the comment section, so many people are like, "Oh, I actually feel emotional." Because Oda said, "You are Luffy. Like you encapsulate Luffy." And one thing about Luffy is he tells you in the most simplest form, you want to leave, go leave. You want to pursue your dream. And like that translates to me in anime, which I know all y'all listening, and if you don't know about this, you need to get on the train. Maybe you ain't watching anime, I don't know. But anime has a thing where it transcends the screen, where it affects you in your life. Where if you're working out in the gym, you're like, bro, I need to go. I need to push past my limits. Black Clover, I need to go plus ultra, my hero. I need to go literally pursue my dreams, no matter how far they are, no matter how lonely I've been in life, Naruto, whatever the case is, or maybe you have a rival in life, maybe you have someone in life that really pushes you to go to the next level. But with Luffy, it's like, hey, your dreams are real. Pursue them. And I'm hearing him talking like, bro, I know the story of One Piece. It's not over, but I know what he's going to be talking about. But, like, bro, I'm inspired to, like, what's my trade? Like, I need to start cutting down some trees or throw some trash or put up some cameras or something. I need to do something, you know what I mean? But I need to pursue what I need to do in life. And it really just motivated me so much. And, I mean, yeah, I do think Buggy was pretty dope. Again, we've only seen the 2 episodes. I'm very curious now what you guys are thinking about who you thought was someone that was kind of weak or lackluster, or someone that didn't really bring as much heat as you thought. And it's going to sound crazy. I'm going to start first because it was my question. Excuse me. I would have to say it's going to sound wild, but maybe Zoro, man.
What? Lackluster for the Zoro?
I think I know where you're going with
this.
This
sounds forced.
Yeah, this is not forced. This is not just for the podcast. For the clicks.
Lackluster for the Zoro.
Yeah, no, because Zoro, again, the first 2 episodes, pre-time skip Zoro, the Zoro that we get in the very beginning of the series, he's had his moments, he laughs, he does stuff, and he kind of had a chuckle or two or something like that. Not saying he's got to be the most funny guy, but there was just something about him that seemed very dry. Like,
okay, his emotion. Yeah,
very, very dry. Now, in the anime, the manga, there might be moments where he is dry. It's like, all right, just pick it up. Let's go find Luffy or something like that. I'm thinking of, the guy that plays Vegeta, Chris Sabat, whatever. And it comes off a little dry sometimes, and it works. But I think the pure dryness, I don't think it translated as well so far within the first 2 episodes. It just seems very like, I don't really care. I'm just the coolest guy ever. And even the actor himself, which I do think he does a really great job, but even watching some of the interviews, he kind of gives off a little bit of a vibe that's like, I'm the best thing since sliced bread. Now, I'm not trying to talk bad about the actor or anything like that. I'm just saying the simple fact that it gives off a certain vibe that I don't know exactly to pick Zoro just yet. But hey, the crew just got together. They're still figuring out who they are. It's a little bit of a different adaptation, which I'm fine with. But just that, if I had to nitpick and say something. And also, so far, Garp. I need to see Garp do some more crazy stuff. Yeah. I'm just putting that out there.
Yeah, I had a feeling you were going in this direction. There are certain points whenever Zoro just loudly reacts in the anime. Like someone does something annoying, he's like, "I'm doing this. Yeah. I'm curing this."
What the?
Even whenever he picks up the freaking safe and lugs it in there, all right, I understand you're strong, but some level of
complaining or something like that. You guys make me carry this stuff around. Again, I know they're just getting to know each other, but I agree with you. That should have been just a little bit more, just like a shred more, just a teeny bit more life.
Yeah, what is emotions? I feel I think the reason I'm just such a big action guy. I love action. You know what I mean? So his action was just so on point that it was just like, and when he was able to actually use the third sword, I was sitting here wondering, is he going to be able to pull that off? Like that's not no small feat to just be like, all right, I'm gonna carry this like this and swing it and everything like
in the choreography too.
Oh my goodness,
it was crazy. Yeah.
Like the way they draw Zoro, like his legs are very much about part of that presentation.
Yeah,
and he was taking those lunges and the forms and everything.
Yeah.
I don't know any sword fighting. That's probably some sort of ancient form that I don't know anything about, but I don't know. Not a bit about it. No, sir.
Roger.
But like he did it so well. Like I really felt like for a moment, like, wait, is this animated? Like some of these shots, great job. Except for some of the wire work, I could tell a lot of those loops and flips he did. Like it kind of took me out of the suspension of disbelief. Right. But I won't nitpick that.
Now again, for everyone here, this is even though he lit the last word, he literally said he's not nitpicking. But I mean, at this point, we have to nitpick because the first two episodes we saw, they were so great that we're just kind of really picking out things that we kind of did like, whatever the case is. Jace, what's someone that didn't stand out or you thought was like? I mean, I know you don't have too much.
Yeah, I don't got too much to compare, but I agree with what you guys are saying, honestly. Mm-hmm. But for me, yeah, I thought Zoro was dope, man. So I don't know.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Cold, baby. I know what I saw. I know what I saw these 2 episodes, and this man was
I guess
goated.
it gets me excited for the anime if you think like he's even colder. In
oh my goodness, hands down. Yeah. People listening or Jace just in yourself, like Zoro is one of the top. I would say one of the top 5. Like anime characters. You know what I mean? Yeah. Now there's different brackets you could do, of course, but like definitely top 5 for some of the feats and things that he does. He is a true one, an A1 since day one. He holds it down and he continues to hold it down, and he is a legit second mate of the crew. Captain, whatever you want to call him. Lieutenant. So one of the last things that we want to talk about here before we let you guys go is
can I interrupt real quick?
I mean, you gonna do it already? You did it already.
Yeah, I gotta do it because I didn't really get to say this because I had to say it. Garp was definitely lackluster, bro. Garp was 100% lackluster. 100%. 100%.
Garp is like very boisterous, loud. Yes. He is on the scene. He's like, that larger than life, and of course what he brings to the series. But even if you don't know that, I kind of think, and this is me kind of playing devil's advocate, even though I'm saying he wasn't really the best. Maybe they're trying to just, again, it's a different spin on it. We do have to always remember that. Right. Is that him showing up on the scene, like, for the people maybe like Jace, who's like, I don't know why is Garp not doing so well. He seemed good to me. Again, he does seem good to people that don't know that don't know him. He seems like a guy who's like, okay, I'm on the trail of this Straw Hat Luffy guy, whoever that guy is. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. I don't know. Mm-hmm. And I'm figuring out more about him. And wait, what do you know? Like, who is this guy? I dedicate myself to. It's like, oh shoot. To anyone that doesn't know the manga or the anime, you're kind of like, okay, now you got this tough guy Marine on your trail. Mm-hmm. So maybe they're going with that spin, and
maybe they'll build him up.
They'll build it up. Maybe
hopefully they got to because he's actually, I like him a lot in the anime. Like Garp is one of my guys for sure.
I do agree.
I think that's one of those decisions where they decide to go understated, so it didn't take away from the live action of it. They did do a good attempt at, like, whenever they had people speaking in the background, like, oh wait, who was that? Like, oh, you don't know who he is?
Right, that's
like they were definitely selling the hype of like why it's important. This figure, this person, he's the hero of the Marines. Like,
right, capture gold.
I definitely feel like we have to talk about this because we were all 4 of us were literally like, hold up. Even like if you, me and Tex are fully caught up, and then we got people midway, we got people in the beginning. But there was some like greater level of like combat. Gore maybe that's a good way of putting it. But like, there's a few scenes where it's like, oh whoa, like this is a pirate world. Like people kind of get cut, and they don't just get cut; they get cut in half. You know what I mean? It's like whoa, like.
And this may sound crazy. I mean, again, I'm an action guy. You know what I mean? I love Naruto because of I love the fights. I love Dragon Ball Z because of the fights. You know what I mean? Hell's Paradise because of the fights. Hey. I just love fights. I love the action. I watch action movies all the time. So
right now,
we can get it going after this right now. It don't matter. What's up? But so getting introduced to One Piece, Captain JJ was like, hey, it's not about the fights. I'm like, I don't
Nah,
know if you
I'm
can sell me
already
on
in the
that.
fights.
I need the fights. I need the fights. But actually, you know, the anime's the story of the crew, the journey, the connections, the world. It is a beautiful thing in itself. But with this live action show, the action's off the chain, bro. This is better than the anime. The action is definitely.
That's wild to say, but it's true. But it's kind of true.
The action is definitely more. I mean, as of right now, in 2 episodes, as of right now, I've seen more action. I feel like I did in the beginning of the anime.
Right. It's always tough to do scenes because there's a lot of people listening maybe know what I'm talking about. There's a scene in The Dark Knight Rises where Batman is fighting a whole bunch of goons from Bane, and then there's Catwoman in the background and Batman, and then like you look in the background and like Batman's not really fighting someone, but Catwoman's in the foreground, she's fighting someone, and then you flip, and it's like, how do you do a big scene where there's a lot of people fighting? You know, and I think they did a pretty good job with it because I was checking in the background on purpose to be like, okay, what's Nami doing when Luffy's fighting someone? Mm-hmm. What's Zoro doing when, you know, Nami's in the front or something like what? And they were kind of attentive to that, so I was really looking for that. But again, the cinematography, the choreography, all of that stuff was so well done that it really was just a next level. Like one of the first scenes we get introduced to Zoro, it is like things are about to go down, and it goes down, and you could just say that things split. You know, but it gets really real, but it's really
Falls
well
apart.
done. And I'm like, yo, I want to see more of this dude fight. And like, there's like close-up shots of people's eyes, just like how they do in the anime or old samurai movies or Western movies. And you see that and you're like, whoa, like this is really well done. Like they really brought out their A game, and you can tell that the people that helped make this, they put some love into it. They put some love into it for sure.
Yeah, they made some good decisions. Definitely with the fight scenes, because like there's a part on Alvida's ship they changed up kind of like the spacing or blocking of where and what it happened, but it wouldn't make any sense in a live action setting.
Yeah.
Like, because if you watch some of these shots, the ship almost gets 10 times the size of it, and you're looking on the board.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, but in a live action, you have fixed spaces to work with. So they definitely did a better job at that. But I would counter to you, main event. I think there is action that is good in the One Piece anime early on, but it doesn't matter to us. Like, going back watching those first 4 episodes, I'm like, wait, there's a lot more going on here.
Yeah.
Earlier fight scenes, interactions between people, I'm like, oh, wait. But it didn't matter to me because I didn't understand any of the power balances or anything of why this character is tougher than that, or like why don't they understand like what Luffy's doing? Like I'm new to this world. Why are they acting surprised?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then also it's tough because like so many people, a lot of people started One Piece later on down the line. You've already seen things like Bleach, My Hero, mainly one of the predominant ones being Naruto. So it is unfair in a way. Now I'm guilty of it. To like when I first watched the original series, I'm like, why aren't they boxing? Like where's the taijutsu at? You know what I mean? I want to see a Kakuzu versus Kakashi fight. I want to see a hand-to-hand taijutsu Obito versus Kakashi. It looks like Kakashi's got all the good hand-to-hand fights, I guess. I don't know. But no, like
it's all the white-haired guys.
It's all the white-haired people. But when you look at that and then you go to One Piece, you're like, okay, wait a second, like that's not the same. So automatically when I was first watching it, plus it was dated, it came out that 90s. I'm like, the way they're fighting is like, it's still good. It does hold up, but it's just like, it's not the same. So automatically, some people, their mind turn off to it, or they're not as welcome to it. And that was me from the beginning. I actually quit watching One Piece like 3 times. So I was like, it's too old, too dated, it's too many episodes, blah, blah, blah. But once you start to understand, like what Tex was saying, where there's so much more to it, and you have to kind of think more than just, I know that sounds like a cop-out, but you got to think more than just the fighting. That's why I always like tell people, it's not about fighting. It's really about the conflict. It's about the world around and what affects this X, Y, Z. That affects this, and this. So, I think they're doing a great job. I think they're on a good pace here. We got more episodes to watch, but we wanted to include you guys into the podcast, the first ever The Real Nerds podcast. We are holding it down. We appreciate you guys for stopping by. Any last words you guys want to send them off with?
Man, I'm excited. Stick with us.
Yeah, stick with us. What you doing?
Stick with us. Watch the show. Make sure you watch it. Tune in. Don't miss out on this moment.
Yeah, let this be your intro and then go deep into the grand line.
I was a little sus there, but yeah, that's what we gotta say here, guys. Stay classy. Just saying. I don't know. It's all right. Guys, of course, if you like what you're hearing, what do you think most of the One Piece Netflix series? What are you guys thinking of it? Let us know down in the comments section below. Of course, subscribe, hit the like button, follow us, join us for much more. Stay classy, never trashy. Your life matters. Jesus loves you, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace out.
Peace out.
You ain't gonna be clowning me on